I am an old man now. My hair is silver, my hands tremble, and my steps are slow. But my heart still remembers. It remembers the laughter, the love, and the life I once lived. Every day I sit in the garden of this place they call Golden, years home. It's a quiet place filled with flowers and the soft hum of distant memories. The garden is my sanctuary, where the past and present meet, and where I find solace in the stories I carry within me. My name is Thomas, and I was once a young man with dreams as vast as the sky. I married a woman named Clara. She was my everything. Her smile could light up the darkest room, and her voice was like a melody that soothed my soul. Together, we built a life. We had 2 children, a son named Daniel and a daughter named Emily. Our home was filled with love, laughter, and the pitter-patter of little feet. Clara was the heart of our family, the glue that held us together. But life, as it often does, had other plans. Clara fell ill, and no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't save her. The day she left us, a part of me left too. The house grew quiet, and the laughter faded. Daniel and Emily grew up, moved away, and started their own lives. They called occasionally, their voices hurried and distant. "We're busy, Dad," they would say. "We'll visit soon." But soon never came. Now I sit here in this garden, surrounded by flowers that remind me of Clara. She loved roses, their fragrance, their beauty. Every time I see one, I feel her presence. The other residents here are kind, but they too are lost in their own worlds. We share stories sometimes, but mostly we sit in silence, each of us carrying the weight of our memories. One day, a young girl named Lily came to visit. She was the granddaughter of one of the nurses. Her eyes sparkled with curiosity, and she carried a notebook in her hands. "Grandpa Thomas," she said, "can you tell me a story?" Her voice was so innocent, so full of life, that it brought tears to my eyes. I nodded and began to tell her about Clara, about our adventures, and about the love that once filled our home. As I spoke, Lily's eyes widened with wonder. She scribbled in her notebook, capturing every word. For the first time in years, I felt alive. It was as if Clara was there with me, whispering in my ear, urging me to share our story. When Lily left, she hugged me tightly and said, "Thank you, Grandpa Thomas. Your story is beautiful." That night I couldn't sleep. Lily's visit had stirred something deep within me. I decided to write letters to Daniel and Emily. I poured my heart into those letters, telling them about my life here, about the garden, and about how much I missed them. I reminded them of the times we spent together, the picnics in the park, the bedtime stories, and the way Clara would sing them to sleep. I asked the nurse to mail the letters, and then I waited. Days turned into weeks, and just when I thought my letters had been forgotten, I heard a familiar voice. "Dad?" It was Daniel. He stood at the garden gate, his eyes filled with tears. Behind him were Emily and her children. My heart swelled with joy as they rushed to hug me. For the first time in years, I felt whole again. We spent the day together, sharing stories and laughter. Daniel and Emily apologized for staying away for so long. "We didn't realize how much we missed you," Emily said, holding my hand. "We're here now, Dad, and we're not going anywhere." As the sun set, painting the sky in hues of orange and pink, I felt a sense of peace. The garden, once a place of solitude, had become a place of reunion. Clara's roses bloomed brighter than ever, as if they too were celebrating this moment. Now, as I sit here with my family by my side, I realize that life is not about the years we live, but the love we share. The Garden of Memories is no longer a place of loneliness, but a testament to the enduring power of love. And though Clara is no longer here, her spirit lives on in every rose, in every story, and in the hearts of those she loved.